Welcome to Tank Talks by BHIVE. My name is Radhika Mahata. I'm your host for today. May I please request the amazing Ravi to come grace the stage. Thank you, Ravi, for being here today. Could you please walk us through your journey in terms of where did you grow up? How did that affect the career choices that you made for yourself? And what led to you working on what you're working on as of today?
Like Arun, I also started my journey from a small town in Andhra Pradesh, Visakhapatnam district. Every entrepreneur, I believe, their schooling, college, work experience, it actually shapes what problem they want to go passionately solve. So I come from a family of Ayurvedic doctors for 5 generations. So we have a lot of generational wisdom of holistic health that I saw from my childhood. My dad reversing PCOS of so many women, helping so many people reverse diabetes, other chronic diseases. So fundamentally, since my childhood, I believe that science is great. Allopathy, modern science, it's really fantastic. But again, if we combine that with lifestyle changes and Indian wisdom, we can see a better, healthier, and happier lives for ourselves. That's the fundamental belief I've developed since childhood. Even after inspired from my entire family, I didn't become a doctor or an Ayurvedic doctor. I'm the black sheep in the family. I became engineer. I went to IIT BHU, studied there. And in my college days, one of my seniors, he passed out and he started this company called Oyo Rooms. Not Ritesh Agarwal, Anush Tejpal, this guys. So I just realized technology can create, massive disruption in many fields. Why can't it happen in health? Of course, there are very good health companies which have started by then. So always being passionate about holistic health, Indian sciences, this is what deeply inspired me, like getting exposure in college. After my college days, I didn't take up any corporate job. Instead, I joined Art of Living Foundation in Bangalore. I came here to get perspective, also do some advanced yoga and meditation practices myself. Parallelly, coming to Kormangla HSR meeting, learning from entrepreneurs, being a backbencher in such meetups and, with Shy, learning from all the entrepreneurs, trying to start something of my own someday, right? So that's how the journey been. And one thing fundamentally I believe is with the power of technology and Indian ancient wisdom plus modern science, which is evidence-based, we can fundamentally change health and happiness. We can uplift the health and happiness index. So I do want to work in the health space. Then I was tinkering like what problems are there? What are the major problems through which we can create massive health outcomes? And being a bachelor, pregnancy and early parenting fascinated me that point of time. Fundamentally, the 280 days of pregnancy plus first 2 years of childhood is actually creating very strong foundation for our health and happiness. This is what so many researchers are saying. And couple here require a lot of hand holding, especially couple who are in urban India, in nuclear families. They're not getting enough support right now. Their healthcare providers don't even spend more than 5-10 minutes with them on a month. So that's where idea of iMumz started. Today, we need much more depth of care in these important life events. So hence we started. And yeah, that's how the journey been. It's been 3 years. So far, we're able to touch 1.2 million families in their journey of pregnancy plus early parenting. And every day I wake up.
1.2 million is huge.
Yeah, and every day I wake up, I see, a good news. Like my baby got delivered. Thank you so much, iMumz, for
Thank you, Ravi
helping.
Mama.
Yeah, I get that too. Yeah.
There's so many women who almost consider him like their brother. So they would send him text like, "Thank you, Ravi Mama," and this is like your new, niece or nephew's picture. How many nieces and nephews do you have?
I'm fortunate to have so many, those who consider that way.
Help me understand what was the before pre-Shark Tank era? What was the inflection point, or what were those highs and lows? Almost like I'm reading it at a medical device, but what were those highs and lows for you from from a startup journey perspective?
I think Ganesh beautifully articulated highs and lows of flatheads. I mean, every entrepreneur would relate. Like one day you feel like you're on top of the world, and the other day you are like, "Bhai, ye kya chal raha hai?" Right? And it can be next consecutive days as well, right? So we do had our shares of highs and lows, of course, like anyone. Um, so when we initially started, we are very new to the ecosystem. Like I never had any first-hand experience. Even in my family, I never saw closely anyone being pregnant and going through the journey. And we are creating a value proposition for them. So we used to stand outside the gynac clinics and talk to expecting couple and ask them how are they taking wellness decisions today, what are their awareness levels, what solutions they're seeking, etc. In that journey, 0 to 1 journey, figuring out our value proposition was very tough. And those moments, we didn't finalize our value proposition. We never had any funding. And other peers are doing really well in their careers. So that being resilient and going through that tough grind is a very low, which everyone would resonate in the 0 to 1 journey. So we were doing, and we were at the verge of something like, we created a minimum viable product. We send them every day one small actionable, it's like do this guided meditation, do this baby bonding activity we have designed, listen to this calming music. So we used to send those things, and we don't know if it's working or not. Because we don't have a product, we are not tracking any metrics. We were asking people. So we were at the verge of giving up one day. Like, I think this is not working. We should try something different. We are not giving up the journey, but we are giving up this value proposition. Suddenly, one lady says, we stopped doing that, and one lady says, "Hey, why did you guys stop giving this care? My pregnancy is so much dependent on this." Like, I never heard that phrase before. So that was like, so that is again a very instant high. So getting initial customer validation, and then we launched our product. We organically reached our first 25,000 users under 1.5 months.
Wow.
Once we created that product, and it got a lot of word of mouth in tier 1, especially in Bangalore. So those things are very good highs. And of course, startup give a lot of high moments. You wake up one day, our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi is tweeting about you that you are one of the top 3 apps in health sector in the country, coming on national television, Shark Tank India. These are all the highs. Lows being, mostly I would say my personal lows are people problems. Sometimes there are so many challenging situations with the team. You have to train them, wait patiently for the results, all such stuff, right? And also one thing I would say is I always told VCs that we are not going to build a $100 million unicorn, etc., etc. We are going 15-20% month on month, like 10x month on month, and we probably would do a $30-40 million business, and we are going to plan to build ancillary business around. We've been transparent, honest about our growth plans, etc. So VC love fairly, we didn't get much in our journey. So when you go raise funds, you see a lot of rejections. So those moments also give a lot of lows. So yeah, these are the common highs and lows anyone would face, and we also had our fair share in the journey.
You went on Shark Tank.
Yeah.
What changed because of Shark Tank? What happened with respect to the discovery of iMumz, the fact that people started trusting you more, I'm assuming, and how did the journey for iMumz change because of being on national television?
Even with such advancement of digital health awareness, what we fundamentally believe is there's still not much awareness about importance of pregnancy and early parenting and how extent it can shape a human's life. So Shark Tank gave us a mouthpiece to talk about that. One huge change I would say is after our episode got aired, there are so many people in that journey resonated with that message. Yeah, we are facing a lot of stress, or it's becoming very challenging to, take some wellness decisions and do better for ourselves. And we got to learn something new about this, thought process that this phase is very important. So that I would say, after Shark Tank got aired, I and my co-founder, Dr. Jaideep Malhotra ji, we got about at least 1,500, 2,000 DMs on our LinkedIn. within 3 days saying, this is what we can resonate with. I think that was very powerful. Like we got a platform to amplify our message. That's one. Second, of course, business impact. I guess there's so many brands who will talk about it. When we were in Shark Tank, we were doing about 15 lakh a month revenue. Like now we are doing, last month we did about 80 lakh monthly revenue. All this growth has
Wow.
come up in like 9-10 months, right? Our episode got aired on February. So yeah, business impact definitely yes. A sustained uptick on the organic traffic is something. Also, I believe that India, there is a very good positive reinforcement about Shark Tank featured brands. So even if somebody didn't discover us through Shark Tank, when they come on our platform, and when we tell, as seen on Shark Tank, and we show those creatives, the trust is little higher, I feel. How do you quantify that? People, the conversion rates, before Shark Tank, after Shark Tank, we can see a 30 to 40% uptick there. And I'm sure some of you guys are also doing. We run our performance marketing ads with the Shark Tank creatives that we got. They significantly decrease your CPMs, CACs, etc. That means, instead of me coming and saying, hey, we did this, this is our product, this is our service. Rather than, Aman Gupta saying, iska need hai, ye product ka need hai, or they appreciating our vision. That kind of positive reinforcement from sharks, whom people do value, is having a direct impact on your brand. So I can see all of these changes happening with us, and I think it's a very good opportunity for any Indian brand who's importantly directly faced to consumer.
Help us understand. Can you walk us through one of the unique use cases that you may have experienced with iMumz, a very insightful customer journey, something that sticks to us, that we leave with as a story? Numbers to hum bhul jayenge, kahaniyan hame yaad rahengi.
Yeah. There are fortunately so many, but one thing that's coming on top of my head right now is there is one family from Ahmedabad, Gujarat. They discovered iMumz through one of her friends, and they downloaded the app and all, and they discovered a program. They subscribed to our services from the third month of pregnancy itself. So she had a lot of health issues in between. She was obese when she started her pregnancy, so she got gestational diabetes in her second trimester. And our health coaches helped her to, with the right diet plan. And doctor recommended her insulin, but she didn't use insulin. She didn't had the need to use insulin. And she was doing yoga regularly with our health coaches. So she had a very smooth journey, which otherwise was complicated and which was considered as a high-risk pregnancy. Now, in her 8th month, she had a baby shower function, God Barai, what we call traditionally. Everyone puts a henna, mehendi, right? So she had, in the mehendi, she had put iMumz ka logo. And she was showing to like 100, 150 guests. And she made a reel out of it. And she tagged our socials. And I woke up and I saw like this much impact, this much love. She's in touch with our experts every single day through her journey. And her doctor initially said, you should go for an elective C-section, we should schedule it. And she delivered, naturally. And she's very, very happy for the impact. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So the next time, to all my girlfriends out there, you never know who's watching your henna. So consider showing some love for the brands that you really care about. Okay.
I really loved so many brands as a consumer, but I never even cared to go give them a 5-star review on their Play Store or Amazon discovery page. I was so shocked as an entrepreneur to see that brand.
Did this lead to a change of heart? Do you now go give
Yeah, I
reviews?
do respect. I'm very polite to all the customer care executives now, right?
Yeah. You're like, ye meri kahani ho sakti thi.
Yeah.
Ravi, is there a question that I haven't asked you and you would want me to ask you? Feels very HR-ish, but sure. Okay, sure, yeah. The first question here is, what has been your most unexpected challenge so far, and how did you overcome it?
Initially, when we started, we don't have a business model. Like, we know people need some depth of care, and we don't know how to build a business around it. So let's create an app and let's do that. And then and people love the product so much, they were ready to pay as well. So we put a paywall. We don't know what will happen. We woke up next day, we saw 6-7% people without any human intervention, they're paying for the product, like content in India. So then again, this is the challenge. I'm building a context here. Our average order value was around 800-900 rupees. We were operating in a niche already. So in order for us to become a meaningful company and make a meaningful impact, our average order values or lifetime value of the customer should be larger because we're handling in a niche. So that was a challenge. So we were talking to customers and try to understand what is the insight. So 2022 August, just before going to Shark Tank, our average order value is around 900 rupees. Now 2023, our average order value became 12,000 rupees. So that much jump we took. Again, this all by understanding not what customer would want. We didn't ask them. We try to understand their problems and aspirations and build a solution around it. And we failed in this process 2-3 times, and then we built a nice service business around it. So I think that was a very most important challenge we faced in the last 1.5 year as a business, and we somehow built a product around that.
Next up, the line that you're in is professionally dominated by women. So have you ever faced any backlash from your customers or people around you?
So many women are vocal about gender discrimination at work, right? I once met one really good thought leader in our space. I want to get her on board, and she didn't reply to me. Like she ignored me downright for a long time. Then we had a conversation, and she understood how passionate I am about this cause, etc. Then I asked, "Hey, what took you so long to reply?" Then she said, "See, Ravi, sorry, but I have a bias. No uterus, no pain. Like, if you're a man, I initially thought you're a startup guy, try to pump loads of money, raise VC money, and sell off your company. I couldn't relate. I couldn't understand why you want to build this here." So not just her. I think innately for the first 1.5-2 years running my brand, I had a lot of reservations, and you can call it maybe insecurities, to become the face of my brand. This is a women's brand. Now I wear it with pride. Like, I am very passionate about this cause, right? And I can empathize with my customer, and I believe in my product. Why can't I be the face? And thankfully, so many women could relate to our message, and I don't see any discrimination from our users.
The last question here says, can you share a piece of advice you received on Shark Tank India?
Anupam Mittal was very critical about our business model. He said one thing, this business won't grow so much in India, this will not work, because some of our competitors whom he invested, they've tried, pivoted to a different model, and now making money through D2C products. So though he was very critical, and we grew that business vertical from, let's say, 10 lakh PNL to 80 lakh PNL in last 12 months, and we see it will grow further as well. But he's fundamentally right, saying that it will saturate at, let's say, some $8 to $10 million annualized revenue if we execute it properly well in the next 2-3 years. Okay, so then we started, we will grow this business. Okay, we took that feedback. Our customers love this product, and there can be a need, and there is nothing bad in creating a $10 million, $15 million ARR company. There is what's wrong with it? Everybody no need to build $100 million ARR company. So we fundamentally were very clear, and this is something that people want, that we are very confident about, and we started building. But we took that feedback, and we also started focusing on building ancillary businesses around it, so that we can eventually become a much larger company, building brick by brick. So yeah.
Awesome, great. Ravi, could you please let all of us here know if you're hiring, if there's any way in which the community here can help you, and please give a shout out to your socials, and how can people stalk you further on socials?
Yeah, absolutely. Shameless plug-in. If you know anyone who's expecting or has a kid under 2 years of age, please recommend them iMumz app. You can check out more about the brand on iMumz app, @iMumz app on Instagram. We are very active on Instagram. And www.imumz.com. These are my brand channels. If anyone would love to, advise us or give a suggestion or brainstorm or want help, you can ping me on my LinkedIn. That's the only platform I'm active on. It's Ravi Teja Akondi. And yeah, we are hiring currently for the marketing roles, content marketing manager, and designers we're also hiring. But best hires, some of the best hires happen when we are not seeking for such hires. So any strong generalist feel like this is something we can take up in the company and grow this, etc. Always happy to catch up. And yeah, that's it.
Awesome. How many of us have a phone here? How many of us have a phone? Okay, I'll give you 15 seconds to take out your phone, click a picture, so that if you are on Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, or anywhere on socials, you can go tag iMumz and tag Ravi. Your 15 seconds starts now.
You made
ये आपके life से सबसे important life. What is it?
You made me very conscious.
That Shahrukh Khan dialogue, no? In Chak De India, ये आपके जीवन का सबसे महत्वपूर्ण 15 सेकंड है. So please, your 15 seconds to quickly take a picture of Ravi and give a shout out, dude. Like there are genuinely pregnant women who are benefiting because of the work that people like him do. So awesome, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.